Paul, you described Saturday's game with Forest like a film. Looking back on it, what was your verdict on it?
Bad ending. Terrible ending. Terrible. I thought it was a great game. You know, you get all different emotions, I suppose, especially immediately after the game because of your disappointment, key decisions in the game. You know, looking back, should the Forest lad have been sent off? Yeah, of course he should for our penalty. Is there's a pen? Massive debatable point. So when we've had the time to reflect and watch over and speak, the key moments probably went against us. Could we get any more out of our players? Certainly not. I think the lads are playing really well at the minute. I think to create the chances they're creating against these strong teams is great credit to them. Obviously we know the flip side of that with the goals at the other end, but that's the trade-off in football, and you know, sometimes when you try and stop one on one end, it can influence what goes on at the other.
I was going to mention that you've ran these sides, close sides that are expected to challenge for promotion this season. Just
pleased, you know, people in football can get ahead of themselves quick and get very down on themselves quick. For us it was very much you know, what would you say, 10 games maybe, and let's have a look at what we're doing and where we're at and what could we alter from there. I'll never be a manager that alters from game to game and, you know, chops and changes. I don't believe in that. You know, but certainly after 10 games, we'll know where we are in the league. We'll know we'll have played a balance of games and everything else, and we'll see where we're at. You know, but the lads are very committed at the minute. I'm enjoying watching them play, that's for sure.
Nick Powell scored 3 in 3 games. You must be pleased with his contribution at the start of the season.
Just pleased with all the players. You know, genuinely trying my best not to individualise, you know, players and different stuff. So, you know, Nick's part of a group that works extremely hard. You know, he's part of that. You know, he's playing well, like a lot of them are at the minute in the team. And, you know, hopefully for us, if we keep playing as we are, we might get some better results than probably what we've deserved at the minute.
You come up against another one of the big hitters tomorrow night. What have you made of their start to the season? It's found it a bit difficult, haven't it?
Again, you know, it's for people to say, you know, sometimes I actually, not feel sorry is the wrong word, but like we're forever, you know, putting things on people like Stoke and that, you know, that big hitters and all the above. You know, Gary, like every other manager's got into a club and slowly but surely will change it to how he wants it to be. And, you know, nowadays through the media and other outlets, it's like we're trying to cram football into a week or a month. You know, Stoke are a relegated team. There'll always be disappointment from relegation. There'll always be a sense of change and time with a new manager. You know, and Gary's very, very well equipped to get that right. I think over a period of time, everyone will see that.
But show you how sort of competitive the Championship is, so that they're not getting all their own way.
Oh, I don't think. There's not many leagues where you get it all your own way, I tell you that. Do you know, I think the key for us has been the mistakes that get punished. So that's been my biggest thing, that for example last year in League One, if we did make a mistake or two in a game, sometimes we may get away with it. We don't get away with it now, that's for sure. You've only got to look at the calibre of player on the pitch, whether that was Forestieri from Sheffield Wednesday, going into Kodja from Villa, going into Saturday's game, Grabbans, going into tomorrow night's game. The standard of player in every team is very good, and you know, you've got to guard against them individual mistakes that can cost you.
How do you see the game going tomorrow night? What sort of game are you expecting?
0-0. 0-0. Listen, you know, at the end of the day, we're all doing our best to win football games. Gary's no different than myself. And, you know, Steve McLaren, that'll come across on Saturday. And we just prepare as best we can. We know Stoke have got a lot of qualities. We know how good they are as a team. And, you know, the individual players they've got, we know the threat they carry. So it'll be a difficult night for us tomorrow. It's one that we've got to be very, very careful of.
You ever come up against one of Gary's sides before, Paul?
Yeah. I've managed against Gary a few times when he was at Burton, I was at Chesterfield, etc. You know, he's a great lad, Gary. You know, he's done really fantastically well in his managerial career. I know everyone debates the different stuff at Birmingham's and stuff like that. Gary just goes from strength to strength, and you know, I'm sure given the time that he'll be given at Stoke, that Stoke will become the team that everyone wants them to be.
In terms of squad-wise for the game, any concerns going into it?
No, not particularly. No.
Injury-wise?
Oh, no, sorry. Any concerns going into it? Thought we'd signed some players that I didn't know about then. No, not at all. Do you know, we're aware of the games that come thick and fast. You know, Nathan Byrne come back in the squad. We all know how good a player Nathan is for us. Bench is very strong. Lads are training well apart from that. And, you know, at the minute there's a lot of smiling faces around the club, which is nice to see. Sometimes you can't win every game, but you can certainly equip yourself in the game properly. And I feel to date we've done that well. We know tomorrow's going to be a very, very severe test.
In terms of the treatment table, any updates on like Dan Burn, Joe Garner at all?
Dan Byrne's probably, I'm guessing by the way, I would imagine after the international break we'll see Dan, which would be very good. You know, probably the same with Joe, who's just going through a programme of fitness and getting himself up to speed, which is good. Darren Gibson's just starting his early stages of coming over that groin injury, which was going to keep him out for a month, which has been possibly 2 weeks now, just going on to that. So all in all, come after the international break, fingers crossed, we should have everyone fit and available. So let's concentrate on getting to that, hopefully get a few results and see what it brings.